going on? Why don't you just introduce yourselves really quick for the camera?
I'm Sam Brown.
I'm Timmy Williams.
I'm Trevor Moore.
All right. And you're here in the historic theater.
Yeah.
Wilbur Theater.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
Someone said it was haunted.
100 years
I
old.
bet. A lot of stuff's haunted in Boston.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, has anyone heard like
Ghost stories?
Yeah.
I don't have my campfire and flashlight handy.
Okay.
And I don't know any stories.
Well, nowadays you just need some dumb dude with like a night vision camera and you can find ghosts.
Oh, yeah,
That's
right.
how it
And
works.
like, and a composer and like.
Right, do that.
Tone
Keyboard.
music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They never find ghosts, so.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
ghosts
wonder
are
why.
real.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing about them is that they're not there, but they're there.
Right.
Yeah, everybody who tells you a ghost story ever, like anyone you ever meet that tells you a ghost story, it's really interesting because that person is dumb.
And I don't know any.
Well, then you're not dumb.
Thank you.
Good job.
Guys.
Gullible.
I'll take that.
Yeah, gullible was the best.
Yeah.
Right on your headstone. I'm not dumb.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I won't leave my name. I'll just write. I'm not dumb.
Not
This
dumb.
guy. There's a guy here who wasn't dumb.
I'm not dumb, and I'm in blackness right now.
He had a mom.
Blackness and
This guy had a
nothingness.
So, who's your favorite Kardashian?
None of.
Whoever dies first.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm so sick of seeing them on
I'm
things.
fooling on Bruce.
Who's that? There's a Bruce Kardashian?
Bruce Kardashian.
Bruce Jenner.
Bruce,
Yeah.
Jenner.
Oh, Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
He's.
Yeah.
I don't
He looks
even know.
like they just took his face and were like, ugh.
Well, he had someone do that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
He gave them a whole bunch of money and they went, "Urgh," just like
They
that.
just like put the back of his head on their knee and they just took his cheeks and were like, ugh.
And the one Kardashian is like O.J. Simpson stuff.
Yeah. Scary Kardashian.
Chloe.
Yeah, scary. She's my favorite. Yeah.
Scare him.
Oh, murder dad.
I'm into
Murder
sporty.
Dad.
but-
Like, isn't that a rumor that O.J. had an affair with Mama Kardashian and then
She's
Just wait, is Kim Kardashian all of their moms? I don't understand.
no, Kim Kardashian is the
No.
leader.
She's the
Yeah,
she's
she's
the
like the
lead
leader.
porn star.
She's the
Leonardo.
I think
Yeah.
she's the dumbest and hottest one.
Right.
I never.
What's that
I've
say
never
about
actually-
you? You're just into dumb chicks. I think that's kind of like a misogynism.
I like dumb bodies. I
Yeah.
like dumb flesh.
Dumb flesh.
Mm-hmm.
But was
You're a
her
misogynist.
it was her idea to be. She's like it was like she was the one that started the whole thing, right?
He was
Well, because
like-
she put out she did a dude on camera,
She did a
put out
sex tape.
did out a sex tape.
I think that's how well it's
So that's not that.
Because that's all it takes anymore.
Yeah, honest roots.
Yeah, she's famous. Everyone says she's famous for nothing, but she's actually famous for being like one of the first people to be like, all you need to be famous is a sex tape.
Well, and she was. I believe she was friends with Paris Hilton, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
So she like stole her friend's idea because her
She
friend
was like,
Yeah. Friend
Paris
Paris
Hilton
doesn't
was
have
in
money.
in the industry.
yeah, she was the first.
Sam, can you tell me
Yes.
about TV Galactica?
That was a cable access show that I made with a friend of mine that we never aired an episode of, but we made like 4.
Okay.
Like we never thought they were good enough to air, but it was just kind of like what I would do for fun was like sit around the high school and like make these dumb TV shows with these weird robot skits. And
Do you remember the premise of any of them?
I remember we made a thing with these. We made cardboard like robot costumes and made these videos about like. It was a robot hanging out drinking lemonade, and then another robot fell from space, and so they had to battle. And then that was
Do you still have any of them?
I think the Sandwich Cable Access might have them.
Wow.
But besides that, they're on like those like SVHS tapes, like or quarter-inch tapes maybe. Like
Were there any other cool shows on Sandwich Cable Access?
there was.
Sorry, I'm not trying to steal your job.
No.
That's sort of like I came up in this kind of like my brother's friends were making these shows that were like my older brother's friends were making these shows called like there's this guy Russ Delory who's making this show called Russ News. It was always like really funny and random, and then there was like basically like a LARPing show that some guys made.
Wow.
That was like really like fun and just like these like stupid high schoolers having fun with the video
Robots
camera. And
That sounds like a
so
great channel.
I've only been to North Dakota. Have you been to?
That's weird. Why have you been in North Dakota, not South Dakota?
I've been to Jamestown, North Dakota, and I've seen the White Buffalo Museum. Have you?
No.
It's
Is that
terrible.
about the mythical white buffalo? And,
It's not mythical. I've seen it with my own eyes.
oh, so there's a white buffalo there?
Yeah, it's named White Cloud, and there's a 30-foot statue of it.
Really?
In Jamestown, North Dakota.
Did they paint the buffalo, or it's actually?
They painted the statue, the buffalo's albino.
Okay.
It's actually just a buffalo museum, but in North Dakota, like this is the white restaurant, this is the white, this is the white town hall, this is the...
Not racist. Okay, so what are the differences between North and South Dakota?
I like South Dakota better because, well, when it comes to like stuff to see, we actually have more, I think, more interesting things to see than North Dakota does. Also, there's a lot of like funny. I mean, like we get along. We took a big mountain and we carved people's faces on it. We have a palace made out of corn.
Yeah.
That's about it. We have one drug.
you realize there was such a rivalry.
There's not, but like that one thing I've always thought is funny. But
Yeah.
but generally it's just like it doesn't matter. And now North Dakota has all the money, so because of all the oil they're digging up there, so they'll probably just buy us soon and just call us like stupid Dakota, and they'll be smart Dakota.
Just abbreviated S Dakota.
Yeah.
It really stands for stupid.
That's what they're gonna do.
All right, here we go. Okay, Trevor,
Yes.
what's the best pizza in New York, and what's your dad's name?
Best pizza in New York. It's all good. All the pizza in New York is great, which is what's great about New York, because you can just walk around and just eat pizza from anywhere, and it all kind of tastes great.
There's that place we always used to order from in New York.
Oh, Domino's?
Domino's.
Yeah.
I can attest that these guys say
I've never heard of
lots
those guys.
Domino's. That's how you say it. Domino's.
What's the cross
Artesian
in New York?
pizzas.
They actually have a couple.
Sam and I, for one season of the show, Sam and I were living together in our friend's apartment because we had already moved to LA and come back. And by the end of the day, because we'd shoot like 13, 14-hour days, and we'd be so exhausted, we'd just call Domino's and we'd just like get them delivered. So we had pizza boxes stacked up, and our friend came back to see his apartment. He was like, "You guys live in the middle of the greatest pizza like in the world.
Yeah.
You just have ordering Domino's every night."
Yeah.
That's a tower of blaze.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
even good pizza.
Well,
It's
come.
alright. It's
All right.
but when there's like awesome pizza around the corner there, I mean,
Yeah.
the point the friend made was correct.
I like it. Now that I live in LA, I eat Domino's like all the time because LA pizza isn't good.
LA
Yeah.
pizza's not good.
But Domino's is consistent wherever you
You know
go.
what's weird is I've been a couple places around, not here, and we've seen Boston-style pizza advertised.
That's a Canadian thing. There's a place, like a big chain in Canada called Boston Pizza.
What is that?
I don't
I
know.
don't know, yeah.
We have like a lot of Greek and Italian pizza around
Greek
here.
pizza.
Yeah. Is that just what it is?
I don't know, but that's when I'm in LA and I want like a slice, like, because I grew up in Sandwich,
Yeah.
so when I want a slice like the pizza I grew up with, I'll go to a Greek restaurant that does pizza,
Good.
and it's like that same stuff. Yeah.
And your dad's name?
Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Moore? Any relation?
To me? He's my
Yeah.
dad.
Oh, okay.
It's not the famous Michael Moore.
Oh, not
It's a
the
different
whiny
Michael
guy.
Moore, yeah.
No.
Damn, Colin's being
Oh,
thrown
that's
everywhere. It's North Dakota.
Whose farts smell the worst?
His yesterday. Woo!
Yes,
No.
it changes.
Okay.
It kind of changes.
Yeah, no, I thought I had like a.
Sam
But all the ones from yesterday that were like, what is that? Were him like,
Okay.
what?
I think you missed the tail end of the day.
There was at one point in tour we made up a game when we were doing like a road trip called Fart Ball.
Fart ball.
Yeah, Fart
The
Ball.
van. Like when you're in the
Full of
van.
farts. So we were in a van and like the whole thing was like, all right, so on this road trip in between these two cities on this like 6-hour road trip, if you fart and it's smelly enough that someone has to roll down the window, you get a point. And Zach was so good at it, we almost convinced him to get Wonder Boy and the lightning bolt tattooed
Yeah.
onto his butt.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, he's not here to defend himself, but he does have the smelliest farts in the group. Like,
Good.
I don't know why.
All right.
So all that handsome just translates into bad farts, I guess.
These two are competing with Zach.
Yeah.
Then you have the best smelling farts.
I don't fart that often.
There's also Darren.
Darren, I don't know if Darren. I don't recall.
I don't
smelling-
think I've ever.
Darren
heard
really doesn't
fart.
like farts, so he probably doesn't like his own farts. So he probably makes sure that he like hides when he has to fart.
Doesn't
Good.
fart.
Darren basically farts.
Some guy doesn't like farts. What's going on?
Darren farts like a proper lady.
Yeah. When he farts, it smells like strawberries
He
and
like
apples.
politely like leaves the room and goes and farts.
Excuse me, eat like that.
Oh, he hides them in his petticoats.
Yeah. Wears a lot of things.
Oh, I'm so glad we got to talk about farts in an interview. It's good.
I mean,
Good job.
it's topical. It's
Always
happening
topical.
every day.
Yeah, 'cause it was, yeah.
It's
Okay.
never not.
So, what books have you read?
Oh,
Yeah,
None of them.
all of them.
all of them?
None of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Which half?
The first 90 pages and I get bored.
So, what's next for you guys? You guys have been touring. The show
Yeah.
finished in 2011.
Yep.
And you guys have just been working and touring since?
Yeah.
Yep. We're we're writing a movie that we're trying to do. As like
Oh, wait, I heard about that. Miss March?
No. That's we already did. That one already came out.
Was that a mean joke?
No, I really liked Miss March.
Yeah.
I was upset at the rap that it got. The bat scene, I don't think
Oh,
I've
yeah.
laughed harder in the last like 4 years than the whole bat scene.
Yeah, we're writing the sequel to that. And it's going to be.
It's called Mr. April.
Falls into another comely.
So, what's going on? Touring, writing the movie.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do with it?
Well, we're writing a movie. It's kind of similar in tone to the Civil War on Drugs.
Oh yeah, that was a great
movie
series.
that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're writing a movie that we're gonna try to get out there. You know, hopefully, we're kind of getting to the end of the writing process of it.
Okay.
So then we'll take it out and try to get
So,
it.
allegorical and topical, but set in the past, or
No, it's not.
That's it.
It's yeah, we can't. We're not really gonna talk about it that much.
Okay,
because
no,
we're
keep it
still-
on wraps.
But yeah, it's just tonally, it's the same sort of
Right.
like sketchy but linear kind of sketch.
So what was it like working on the show from start to finish? Like when it first went on, you guys started on kind of smaller venues and like doing the show around town, and how they picked up steam and then went on to IFC. So from when it started to when it closed though in 2011, like what was the genesis of it and the Phil Collins band?
Yeah.
We can't dance.
Yeah.
You can't dance.
Okay.
The only thing we like about me is the way I walk.
I don't like the way that.
I don't know. I remember.
That song. Yeah, I think really where we started to, I mean, we've been a group for over 10 years now, and we started as a college group, but really where we started to kind of like take form and what has ended up on TV is like started to take form was when we started to do this show in the Lower East Side in this bar called Pianos in New York. And it's funny because like now having like completely done that show as a TV show and being on the other end of it, you look back and you're like those days when we had like this weekly show that and we still had a day job, like
Yeah.
and like we're like packing the theater and just like hanging out afterwards with all our friends. I was like and doing just whatever, doing like the randomest sketches on stage just to see if people would think it's funny. That was like the most fun.
Cool.
And that's like the stuff that ended up in the first season. Was like that first season was like 90% of stuff
Yeah,
that
it was mostly
we did
stage
on stage. Like we wrote that first season in a weekend.
Because we already
Or
had.
And then were you guys like just
in
pitching
2
it around?
years.
No, we made a pilot for the Sunday issue that did get picked up, but it was totally different. It was not just sketches. It was like a weird.
It's kind of like Michael and Michael Issues with that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this kind of hybrid, like it's about us being sketch comedians and then we would cut to the
So
sketch.
like hyper reality
Yeah.
mixed in with
Yes,
sketches.
Yeah.
Cool. And it seems like they give you pretty much carte blanche to just do whatever.
Yeah.
Sort of. No one ever gives you
But
full carte blanche.
Yeah.
to,
More than
like-
anybody else was gonna give
But
us.
we had a pretty
Yeah.
blanche card.
here's the follow-up question to that. What didn't make it in the
Oh.
5 seasons?
We had a bunch of sketches that didn't make it. Like last time we came, I think we did in Boston. Last
Yeah.
time we did in Boston, we showed a bunch of sketches that, because we would write sketches and then they'd be like, no, you can't do that. And we'd be like, okay, and then we'd like shoot them anyway. And then they'd be like, what about now? Can we do it now? Like, and they would be like, no, we said not to do that one. So we have a couple sketches that we went and shot anyway, and we showed those last time. But it's usually stuff about kids.
Yeah.
Kids
Normally,
getting killed.
bad things happen to
kids.
kids.
We had a baby stripper sketch
Yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There
about
was
that.
there was one sketch that was cat congress sketch that we tried to get made like almost every year
Yeah.
of our show.
It's
Our producers were
exactly
always
right.
like,
Exactly.
yeah. Our producers-
Bunch of cats, weird suits, and a mini Congress model, and that's all. And then us doing voiceovers. That's all it was.
And it was always our producers being like, oh yeah, it's on the schedule, it's on the schedule, it's on last day, you know, we'd be the last day, we'd be like, what about that sketch? And they'd kind of just laugh and walk away.
It's like parents telling you that your puppy just went to puppy heaven or something. You know, like, oh yeah, it's right around the corner, everybody. And then you just end the season. You're like, wait a minute. And it happened 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
All right. Who has girlfriend? Timmy, you have.
I have a child and an ex-wife.
Okay. So who
So
has?
I'm available.
Did you point to a 16-year-old sister?
No, I pointed the camera.
That was the incorrect way to answer that
I
question.
should not take answer.
Pointed at your sister.
I am sorry.
You say I'm available.
Usually there's not a 16-year-old. It's okay.
That's what you say now.
That's what it said in court.
Rips off his mask. Hey, I'm Chris Matthews.
Oh no! I just jumped out the window.
That was elaborate.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
So
this
who has
show-
girlfriends?
He said he has a girlfriend.
Do they let you touch their butt?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
Does she ever just like say straight up, come home from work like, today, not touching my butt?
Don't touch my butt. No, I've had to touch. I'd had to. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come over and touch your butt. And she'd be like, don't touch my butt. I'd be like, oh, I guess we're gonna touch your butt now. Rude.
Top 2 comedic influences, and this can be either moments of comedy or individuals.
Steve Martin in Kids in the Hall.
Nice.
The Muppets and Bill Cosby.
Go Python, Weird Al.
Hey. And then why?
It's just the
They're
first
not.
two-
Those guys aren't funny.
Those were those were the first 2 things I ever got into as a kid. Like where I was like, oh, you can be a comedian as a job. You know, it was like Weird Al and Monty Python were the first 2 things I kind
And you kind of figured that out early.
Yeah.
You had that book, the book of your cartoons published.
Yeah.
Really early on in
Yeah.
the show in Virginia. So, who introduced you guys? Because I mean, I grew up watching Cosby from my dad and Steve Martin, Kids in the Hall after school. Like, where did you all come in to comedy?
I think Cosby was the only contemporary sitcom I was allowed to watch. Pretty much all their TV I watched was on Nick at Night, the reruns. So I
Yeah.
grew up watching Green Acres and Get Smart and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons.
Get Smart.
Yeah, Get Smart's awesome, so it's
Yeah.
fine. And then the Muppets again, like that was the first movie I saw in the theater. I still remember it, and they were just like, you know, you watch the show and even the movies, like they're sketch comedy, you know,
And
they're
then
awesome.
everybody guest starring,
Yeah.
cameos, and then
Tons of fun.
Insane.
I kind of hated the new Muppet movie though, because I thought like it should have been called The Humans, because it was mostly about humans. Muppets didn't even get any good songs in it.
I mean, my mom used to work at like an art house theater in Austin, and she used to. They used to play like John Waters movies and like Harold and Maude there. So like when I was like a young teenager, she was like having me watch Harold and Maude, which is like, yeah, it's just like a
of.
weird.
But she
movie.
probably had like a much older friend that you were trying to hook him up with, right?
He's single.
He's 13 and he's available.
I'm trying. I keep showing him the movie, but he just doesn't. He still hasn't said anything about you.
No, when I was in 7th grade, I came home one day. My brother was like, "Oh, I got this movie. You want to watch it?" And I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And it was Reservoir Dogs. Like in 7th grade,
It's awesome.
and I had no idea what Reservoir Dogs was. And he was like, "Yeah, this movie's like weird." And I didn't know how it was weird. And I think that was the second time that you watched it, right? And then we watched it, and then it was that point on that I was like, I want to do something in media. Same with I was saying, like Kids in the Hall, which I like randomly saw like one night staying up too late when they used to show it at like 3 a.m.
That was
and
my
it was
after school.
yeah. But like before that, like they used to show it like an hour after SNL, like so late, and I stayed up late and I saw it, and it was just the weirdest show, and I didn't know why they would have a show on at that block. You know, it's like 3 a.m. on Saturday. It's like there should be an infomercial.
Yeah.
And here's this bizarre comedy show, and saw that around the same time that I saw Reservoir Dogs, and that really like I think from then on I was like I just want to do something unique and different.
Yeah, because you can definitely tell there's a lot of influence in the Whitest Kids You Know show from Kids in the Hall. I mean, all the drag elements are kind of similar. There's like the quick bits, the transitions are kind of similar. They had more like the musical elements, and you guys are just kind of quick cuts. But
Yeah, they did a lot of runners and stuff like that. Like they like let sketches run throughout a whole episode.
oh, I love when you guys would do that. Just like you can't figure out how to, and it's so.
Yeah.
Top 2 foods you won't eat.
Foods you won't eat. Lima beans and any meat.
No meat?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's an easy
You're trying to
one.
think of one, and I was like, oh, right, it's right there.
I'm gonna go squash. I'm gonna go super spicy foods.
Okay.
I noticed you skipped me because I don't look like there's anything I can help.
Just give me
I
more
was
time.
just waiting.
Honestly though, that's a hard question for you to answer because I'll try anything once.
There you go.
I want to eat like moldy stuff, like old food.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Like never eat.
never.
Mm.
I've never seen mayonnaise go bad. Maybe that could be into my list. Lots of carrots go bad, lots of bananas, but never seen bad mayonnaise.
Rice cakes.
I like rice cakes.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I eat everything. The problem is I eat everything. I eat good stuff and bad stuff, and I just look like a pear.
We did this one show though in Conway, Arkansas, and right before the show, they were like, "Just so you know, there's going to be people signing for the hearing impaired on stage." So we did the whole show, and there were 2 people signing the whole
Having
show.
to act out our dumb show, like
And we would
it's
say
like
like
an old lady doing it.
we would say the dumbest lines and have to like
Yeah.
you have to like look and be like, what
Yeah.
are the signs for that? And then after the show, there was a security guard cop there, and I just was walking out and I was like, hey man, can I shoot your gun? And he was like, yeah, if you come by later, I have some extra shells.
So then he was
Go into the
He had
woods.
some he had shells that
Unregistered
unregistered shells that weren't from the police office. So he was like, yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
He was like, yeah, man, if you want to hang out, totally, I'll be around. And then we met up with everyone at a bar afterwards, and immediately some girl came up to us and was like, hey, let's go to the roller skating rink. I got the keys, and we partied at the roller skating rink until like 5 a.m. with like a bunch of people, and it was like a super, super fun night, and it was a great place to play.
In between the bar and the roller rink, Sam and I got a ride, right? And the guy's like, okay, but we got to stop by my frat house because my frat boys want to meet you guys. We're like, okay, so we went, and Sam and I got to like spank some initiates with the paddle.
I didn't really spank him.
I hit him
really
real hard.
Yeah. I was kind of like, I'm not.
I felt like
doing
that's what you're
this.
supposed to, right? You're supposed to give them hell, so that's what I did.
Toby, right?
Yeah, sure. So that's weird.
That's how freshmen die.
I'm not gonna kill a freshman. This is a drawing Trevor, someone I considered to be my friend, drew of me.
it's a caricature.
It is a caricature.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's funny that you semi-considered him to be your friend because I don't think he considers you to be his friend.
Clearly from this drawing, opinion differential is pretty big.
That's just how he sees you.
You're listening to Gag Order Radio, like that.
Or watching
Or
it.
watching
Or
it,
watching.
being this on video at all.
Right now you're watching or listening to Gag Order Radio.
You might be in the other room listening to it, but this is Gag Order Radio, and you can watch it too.
If you don't know who we are, that's normal, but we're the Whitest Kids United.
It's definitely acceptable, and you're probably the majority if you don't know. But we're the Whitest Kids, and you're listening to Gag Order